She took the blame for her boss's biggest mistake and saved his career. He repaid her by firing her. What he didn't know was that she had kept one piece of evidence that could destroy everything. Hannah Brooks had worked for a successful marketing company in London for almost 7 years. She was loyal, hardworking, and always willing to help. Her manager, Marcus Reed, trusted her with some of the company's biggest clients. One Monday morning, the company received terrible news. A major client had canceled a contract worth hundreds of thousands of pounds. The reason was simple. A confidential proposal had been sent to the wrong company. The mistake had come from Marcus's computer. Marcus looked terrified. If the directors discovered what had happened, he could lose his job. He called Hannah into his office. "I need your help." Hannah looked at him. "What happened?" Marcus explained everything. Then he said something she never expected. "If they think I made the mistake, I'll be finished." Hannah knew Marcus had a family and had worked at the company for years. She also knew the mistake could have been prevented. So she agreed to help. She told the directors that she had accidentally sent the document. Marcus stayed silent. The company believed her. She received a formal warning. Marcus kept his job. After the meeting, he thanked her. "I'll never forget what you did for me." Hannah believed him. She was wrong. A few months later, the company began restructuring. Several employees were being dismissed. One afternoon, Hannah was called into a meeting with Marcus and the HR manager. Marcus looked uncomfortable. "We've decided to terminate your position." Hannah stared at him. "Why?" "Your performance hasn't been consistent." She couldn't believe it. "You gave me a warning for the mistake you made." Marcus avoided her eyes. She felt humiliated. She had protected him, and he had repaid her by destroying her career. For several weeks, Hannah struggled to find another job. Then one evening, she opened an old folder on her laptop. Inside was the email Marcus had sent her on the day of the original mistake. She read it again. The email contained one line that changed everything. "Send the proposal exactly as attached. Don't change anything." The attachment was Marcus's original file. It contained a hidden digital record showing that the document had been edited from his computer shortly before it was sent. Hannah suddenly understood. The mistake hadn't been hers. Marcus had deliberately changed the file and sent it to the wrong company. Then he had convinced Hannah to take the blame. She immediately contacted her former company's legal department. But she didn't stop there. She contacted the client who had canceled the contract. She showed them the original email and the digital evidence. The client was shocked. They agreed to provide their own records. Those records showed that Marcus had contacted the competing company shortly before the confidential proposal was leaked. Hannah now had something much bigger than proof of one mistake. She had evidence of deliberate misconduct. The company launched an internal investigation. As the investigation continued, more employees came forward. Several admitted they had always felt something was wrong but had been too afraid to speak. One former employee revealed that Marcus had blamed others for mistakes in the past. Another employee shared emails showing that Marcus often avoided responsibility whenever problems appeared. The directors slowly realized that Hannah had not only been treated unfairly. She had protected someone who never deserved her loyalty. Marcus was questioned. At first, he denied everything. Then investigators found the same digital records Hannah had discovered. His story collapsed. It turned out Marcus had been secretly working with a competitor. He had intentionally leaked confidential information to damage the company's relationship with its biggest client. And when things went wrong, he used Hannah as a scapegoat. The company dismissed him immediately. The police were also contacted because confidential business information had been deliberately shared. When the investigation ended, the company made an official statement clearing Hannah's name. For the first time in months, she felt the weight disappear from her shoulders. She hadn't just recovered her reputation. She had recovered her confidence. The company's directors offered her a new position and apologized for what had happened. She refused to return as an employee. Instead, she started her own marketing consultancy. Within a year, several of the company's former clients became her customers, including the client Marcus had almost destroyed the relationship with. Hannah's small consultancy grew quickly. 2 years later, she was running a successful business of her own. One afternoon, she received an email from Marcus. He wanted to meet. Hannah agreed to one meeting. They sat across from each other in a quiet cafe. Marcus looked completely different. He no longer had the expensive suit or confident attitude he once carried. "I made a terrible mistake," he said. Hannah looked at him calmly. "No, Marcus. You made several choices." He lowered his eyes. "I was afraid of losing everything." Hannah replied. "So you decided to make me lose everything instead." He had nothing to say. Hannah stood up. "I protected you when you made a mistake." She paused. "You betrayed me when I trusted you." Then she walked away. She never needed to destroy Marcus herself. His own choices had done that. And the person he thought he could sacrifice to save his career became the person who built a better one without him. Do you think Hannah did the right thing by exposing Marcus? Tell us in the comments.